Yeah, I'm just going to remove the ignition switch. This is the original key with this bike, which is great to have that, and also the key fits the steering lock as well. So and it didn't have a helmet lock on the back of the rack where some of them do, but at least I've got the right key. Hopefully the ignition switch it works fine, and the steering lock and everything will run off that key. I have seen there's some guys that do have lots of keys. If you are tracking some keys down, I've seen it on Facebook before, and you can go get them. One guy had keys and all the different numbers, and he knew what he was talking about. So if you do need a new key or another key, there is an option. So remove the key, and basically there's a nut on here. This one was finger tight as it was, you didn't have to loosen off, but the same sort of thing has a lugs on the side where you can use a punch to get around and just tap it open, tap it loose. That will pull out through the other side. Normally on here there's a rubber grommet, I suppose, that fits on top and just seals this up from the other side. This one does not have that. Now these things just fit, so you have to wiggle till it's right, but that's out now. So that's ignition switch out. I just put it back together, key in it, just so I don't have any more parts than I already have lying around. Okay, it's just another thing that we're going to remove. There's two 10mm nuts on top here. That's for the coil, for the ignition. And that's just mounted up underneath the fuel tank. Just going to take that out. Now, man, get him out of the way. Just show you what it looks like. One just thing to note, when it comes out underneath the frame, there's a little recess in here that comes out on that side. The motor will be sitting flat there, so that sits above it, and also your wiring or your loom will come out that side as well. There's another hole here, and the fuel lines come out there. I'm not 100% sure that that's how every one of them is meant to be, but every bike that I've got has had that way, so I assume it's how they come out of the factory. Just thread that coil through. Okay, so that just has the two bolts top. Come up through here underneath the seat. Just throw the nuts back in there. Okay, I'm also going to take the swing arm off. I've loosened this nut off. It was quite stiff. I've seen that some people have had issues with this nut being stiff. If I just use my normal socket, there was no way I was really going to get it. It was too tight for that. As I was taught when I was a kid, leverage is the best solution. This is my torque wrench. It's quite long. Any nut or bolt like that I have trouble with, I always go to this first, and I find that 99% of the time this does it quite easily. Where I could struggle and start hitting things with hammers and heating and doing all that sort of stuff, but just a decent bit of leverage on it will do the job. And as soon as I do that, it come out, no dramas at all. Also, you'll need to undo the bolts on your forks. I think they're 14s on the bottom. On the top, from memory, this is a slightly different size. I think this is an 18 or something for one reason. This is the one, you can see I'll lift it up for you. That is the one that the exhaust goes onto. It's slightly different to the other side. The other side is a 17mm. Okay, swing arm is off now in my hand. Just had a look at it. There's some bushes in here for the swing arm. Luckily, these look in good condition. They don't have too much, no really perishing on the rubbers. They're nice and tight, there's no movement in them. This just needs a bit of clean up, but Yeah, they're good. I say luckily because they're a real pain to punch out and put new ones in. You need to get it pressed out or pushed in, or some sort of rig with bolts. Like the fellow I bought this bike off was doing a build, and he was in the process trying to put them back in, and was having a bit of dramas with them. So luckily for me, these ones look alright. Just a couple of little things on here. That's the lever for the brake, to hold the brake unit to stop it spinning when you pull the lever. And this is just another chain guard. I'll straighten this up, reuse it, paint them all. Any bits like the tab for this slightly bent, I'll straighten all this stuff up and just go through everything, make it right before I start painting. Just because if you've got something that's bent, you don't take care of it. You paint the frame, and then all of a sudden you're taking all your paint off, trying to straighten bits and pieces that didn't quite fit. Same with the engine mounts, because the bottom bit, this section was bent. I'm going to try and straighten that. What I will do is check that the actual engine itself will fit back in. There's enough clearance for here, just so that I don't paint it all and then find after try and somehow open that gap up. Better to do that before nice shiny paint's gone on it. That was it, guys. I'm trying to keep it as quick as I could, but that's basically the frame now. Stripped, ready to start cleaning up, do a bit of a degrease, get it ready for paint. Then we can start talking about rust treatments, sanding, undercoats. Promise, I've decided to go down after a comment from one of the viewers last night. They said it'd be nice to see me do the painting myself. I've decided to go down, and from Jeff the Postie man, I've decided to do rattle cans, because if you're doing this at home, you're not going to have the spray gear. Not everyone has the spray gear. I'm going to do rattle cans. I'm going to get all my stuff from Bunnings, so that if someone's doing a build and they want to do exactly what I've done, or they want to use the same process but a different colour, or anything like that, they can go to their local hardware store and buy what we've used to do this, so that it makes it more accessible for everyone to do that. And yeah, we'll see how it comes up. Looking forward to seeing it. So cheers for watching. I hope you're still enjoying them. I'm enjoying making it, having a bit of fun. We're getting through the build. Speak to you soon. Bye.